Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Code Surfer, and I hope you guys are doing really well. So in last video we saw about this stuff regarding the operators. Last few videos were regarding that. So last video we saw about the ternary operator. So from in today's video we'll see about the loop, that is for loop. So loops are basically really helpful when you want to repeat the program or sort of statements for few times. So for example, if you take like if you just want to print hello world like 10 times, you will not do here see out every single time and print this statement, or else someone might think like we'll just printf, oh sorry, not printf, we'll just copy and paste this statement 10 times. That would be easier, but just for the 10 times. But what if you just want to do the same thing for 1000 times, 10,000 times, or multiple times? So that time the copy paste would be also really tough. So that is why we use loop. So there are three kinds of loops here. So first is for loop, second is while loop, and the third is do while loop. Most probably all these loops are kind of similar. The sort of functions, or I would say the terms that we are going to use in these loops will be similar, but the way we'll use them and the purpose to use each loop would be a bit different from the another one. So let's quickly get started with the for loop one today. So I'll just erase all this stuff first. So yes, let's just have a look on the syntax of for loop first. What does a loop needs to run? So simply a for keyword, then there will be this kind of bracket in which there will be three parameters. So the first parameter would be the initialization, I would say. Don't get on the spellings, that might be sometimes incorrect. So the initialization would be the variable that we'll use, which will help us to iterate the loop. So for example, here I would take I. In most of the cases it would be I, J, or K. So that will be the first parameter, which we'll call initialization. I'll simply write down here int. Then the second one would be here the condition, how long you want the loop to run. And the third would be the updation parameter, that would be increment or decrement. That would be I plus plus simply, or I minus minus. Here the I means the variable which you are using here, so it would be whatever it could be, I, J, K, as I said. Simply it depends on plus plus or minus minus. And there will be this curly braces in which our statement will run here. So for example, here I'll write cout statement and hello world here, and that's it. So if I'll do so, so this is the whole parameter or structure of a for loop. So we understood this thing. So let's quickly jump on the code editor and see how this thing would work in real life. So I've already created the main things I will need. So the initialization, you can initialize it here as well, that is I equals to 0, or else you can do this way as well, for example for, and you can initialize in this starting phase as well, that is I equals to 0. So for now I'll just quickly get rid of this thing and we'll do here only. There will be the semicolon here and the condition, how long we want the loop to iterate. So that would be I less than 10. That means if, unless and until the I is reaching the statement 10th time, you need to stop the loop. That would be 0 to 9. That means 10 times. Then again the semicolon, and of course we need it to increment. So we'll use here I plus plus. And in this curly braces, we'll simply just print out whatever we need. So I'm printing here hello world, and that is all we need to do a loop. This is quite a really simple loop, but most probably this is the way you will use the for loop. These three parameters are the main things you will need to run a loop. So let's run this loop. So I'm running it. Okay, we forgot the important thing, that is ENDL, that is end line, which will create the new line once this statement is executed. So hello world, hello world, hello world. It is printed 10 times. If you want to get to see the numbers, you can simply put down here I. That means the I which is here will start from 0, and every time this statement will run, it will increment the value and again check this condition. If the condition is true, it will again increment, and this thing will go on unless and until it will reach 9 here. If you want to make till 10, you can simply just put equals to here, and I'll just put this kind of arrow to make a difference in there, and let's see. So it started from 0 as we have initialized here, and it has reached till 10 because it is less than or equals to 10. So I think that was all for the for loop. In next video we'll have a look on the while loop, and then after we'll look for the do while loop. So you can do practice for this loops till then, and see you guys in the next video. Till that time, take care. Bye bye.